Correct. Yeah, I agree with that, Boyle. Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, that would be the smart thing to do. What he did was dumb because if you did like, okay, it's $1,000 to the prize pool per day or 5,000 per day, people would stay, right? And then you only have to pay out if it goes the full way. Now he's stuck, in theory, owing someone money, and he's not gonna do it. What's up? Oh, okay. Just immediately, okay. I mean, you probably should give me a little more warning than that, but all right. Sure, but you can let me know while you're. I mean, look, if you don't want to communicate, don't communicate, I guess. This is, but I'm just saying that like if you're getting tired, maybe let me know so I have some transition time. I mean, that's pretty. This is not anything. Well, I know. I'm just saying that, like, no, definitely do all that. But like, what I'm saying is just if you're getting tired and you're like, oh, I might log off in 10 minutes. Even that's way better than like I've logged off. By the way, I mean, does that make sense? Cool. All right. Well, I'll wind down, but it'll take a little bit. All right. Bye. Oh, I have a bird on a mic and a bird on my shoulder. Yeah, that's the wife. She called me and she said, I'm offline, by the way. I'm going to bed. I'm like, well, okay, but you know, it's not I'm not gonna be able to just drop everything and do that. Right? It's kind of a silly thing. I mean, like if I did that to her, she'd be like, oh, let me finish the game, right? Like, I don't know why that's the expectation, but whatever. Nick, I like your odd job cosplay. Odd jobs. This is a custom tuxedo I had made. You like the stars? I mean, I've been streaming pretty consistently for 2 months, almost every day. Bro, Kate, you can't say that while occasionally having the expectation. It doesn't work that way, right? Yesterday you had the expectation, today you didn't. How the fuck am I gonna know what the day is? Like you just gotta have to pick one and stick with it, not flip flop. Today you don't care. Yesterday you cared. You know, like, come on. No, I mean like yesterday she wanted me to come to bed with her, and so she was asking me when I was gonna be done. Yeah, what's up? That's not true. Yesterday I oh called you ahead of time. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's fine. And I asked you when you want to go to bed. I didn't expect it yesterday. I'm not expecting it tonight. I'm sorry I said anything. Good night. What does that mean? You're not fucking bullshit, dude. Your call has been forwarded to. All right, if she wants to start a fight, we can do a fight. That's fine. I'll fucking go IRL stream her. Pick up the phone, or I'm gonna fucking take it to the next level. I guess. Fucking, you come in, you throw in your words, and you just fucking go. So fucking annoying. Ugh. I can predict the next move too. I bet. We're good? Okay, cool. I can probably predict the next couple of moves too. It's pretty standard. Fucking always has to get the last word in. Calls in.
No, Nick, be a bigger man and don't start this shit. Or don't push it too far, ha ha.
No, fuck that, dude. Like, I'm tired of this stupidity. Like, I never said she didn't give me forewarning yesterday. I'm saying there's an expectation. Like that's just literally true. Like, she literally said that yesterday, right? That there's an expectation. And so it's like, what the fuck does that even mean? Yep, I knew it. Open the door! Open the door! We're just gonna play games of locking each other out now? Is that right? Well, I hope you're not jerking anyone off in there. No, dude, I literally told you something. Yesterday you told me in so many words that you wanted us to go to bed together. You said that. You said that yesterday. You said you wanted us to, and by the way, I'm yelling because I'm fucking staring at a steel door, a solid steel door. Like, before anyone goes, oh, why are you yelling? It's like, I cannot communicate through a fucking door.
Just stream. You love it so much. Go for it.
Bro. I need you to open the door. Nah, I don't think it's night. Open the door. All right, we can go around the other way. If I gotta break into my own house, I will. Fucking dick, dude. There's no expectation except for yesterday when she said she wanted us to start going to bed together. What the fuck is that then? Not an expectation? Not an expectation? Oh, I'm being disrespected. No, you're not. I'm literally asking you to give me more warning so that I can accommodate the request that you made. Literally, you'd want me to do something, I'm gonna do it, and then you don't give me the fucking ability to fucking enact it. It's fucking crazy, dude. Open the door! Open the door! Open the door! I really don't want to break my own fucking window to get in. I can't hear you if you're saying anything. No, I can break the door. It's my own door. I can do that. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
He literally talks shit about you with her chat
Open the
24/7.
Open the door. 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 If you're saying something, I can't hear you. Are you saying something?
You keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
Open the door. Open the door. I should not be locked out of my own fucking house. Open the door. You see, all this fucking bullshit, fake PTSD. Fake PTSD, dude. There is no PTSD. Doesn't exist. She was upset because I was upset that she didn't want to help me find my wallet. That's it.
Nick, let her go to bed.
And then
Let's smoke a cigar.
And then she basically just made up this bullshit, right? Made up this entire bullshit about how, oh, it's my PTSD, you gotta feel sorry for me. Fucking craziness, dude. Imagine having fucking PTSD and then seeding the situation to experience more of it. Yo! Hello? Open the door. Do you know what that means?
Kick down the door.
Do you know what it means to open the door? Huh? Yo! Open the door. Open the fucking door. Stop jacking off your boyfriend in there and open the door. When I was on Pearl's show, you had to fucking storm my room and get me to change my story for you, didn't you? Huh? Is that right? Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Also, you left your dogs out.
Nick, take a breather and have a cigar, please. Open the door, open the door.
Open the door. Be the bigger person and do what? She came into my chat after I merely said, hey, it would be great if you gave me just a little bit more forewarning.
Nick, don't let her get to your head.
Nothing is getting to me. I mean, this is just a dysfunctional relationship when
conflict resolution involves trying to be right in front of a random group of people. I don't care about being fucking right. I literally have admitted multiple times that there's many situations in which I should act differently, right? But like in this one, I feel like I was saying something very reasonable, which is that if you want us to go to bed together, which she literally said yesterday she did, like that was the whole talk she had with me, saying I would like it if we went to sleep together at the same time, right? Because chronically, I usually stay up later, right? And so she just had that conversation with me, and I said, okay. And then today, she's like, well, I didn't expect you to come to bed with me. It's like, the fuck does that mean? You just said you had the expectation yesterday. Like, yesterday you said you had the expectation. Today it's not an expectation anymore? How am I supposed to fucking keep track? Oh, I'm not trying to reason with the woman. I'm trying to listen to what she asked me to do that she wanted, apparently. But then she doesn't want it today, but I'm supposed to just know that. Open the door. Do you hear me? It would be a lot quicker if you opened the door. I wouldn't have to do this all night, which I will. I feel like you know how determined I can be, and so if you want to open the door and have a conversation where we sort this out.
She's in the chat.
Yeah, you just jerked off other people during your grind, I guess. Listen, if you want to have a civil conversation, I'm still willing to do that. But like, I just want to be real clear with you. Literally yesterday you told me you wanted us to go to sleep.
Kate is in chat.
I know.
She messaged a few times.
I know. I see her. So then can you tell everyone then that yesterday did you tell me that you wanted us to go to bed together? You said I want us to start sleeping at the same time, going to bed at the same time together. You said that yesterday. Were you too delirious to fucking, were you too far in your rabbit hole to fucking remember that? Huh? Like, did you not tell me that literally yesterday?
Viewers are going up, open the door.
So what you're telling me is that you did not say at any time yesterday in that conversation that you wanted us to go to bed at the same time. Because you said that. You said literally, I think it would be nice if we went to bed together. You always stay up. You literally said that. The fuck does that mean to you? Does that mean, like, yes, I want you to do this, but like on some days I will spontaneously decide I don't want that? I know it wasn't a new statement, so then you're saying that you said it multiple times. Then how the fuck am I supposed to know what days are the days where I'm supposed to definitely stick to that and what days I'm not? You just willy-nilly decide, which is fine, but as long as we're under the same impression that you just decide on a moment's notice, oh, today I want to go to bed together, today I don't care, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But then you can realize, I feel like you can understand from my perspective that it's very hard to know ahead of time until I'm told which it's going to be. Holy shit, dude. Okay, look. So you did say it. You straight up just said it. But let's just play your dumb game and say that, okay, fine. We are literally going to pretend like it was subtle. Okay, fine. So you go, okay, when I ask you the time, can you give me a realistic time? But what is that implying then? Is it not implying because you want to go to bed at the same time as me? Hence why you want an accurate time? You're just playing fucking stupid games. You said the words yesterday, but if you want to play like you only inferred the words, we can still do that. It's still the same meaning. Open the door. Like I said, I'm still willing to have a civil conversation, but that is going away pretty soon. Open the door. Open the door. I didn't say you expected me to get off stream. I told my chat, if she wants me to go to bed, and you wanted to build the habit of us going to bed consistently together, well, it would be better if you let me know ahead of time when that was likely to be. Right? Like, it's just about, like, literally, you want an outcome, or at least you usually want an outcome, or you sometimes want an outcome. But you have to know how to bring that outcome to fruition via what you can do to make that more feasible for the other person. Open the door. Open the door. I'm tired of this being the MO. I will not stop. I will go all night. I do not like this fucking lockout bullshit, and I'm not gonna stand for it. If you wanna have a civil conversation, we can, and afterwards, then you can sleep here and I can go sleep somewhere else, that's fine. But I need you to open the door and not fucking lock me out as a first mechanism, because I didn't fucking install these locks to have myself locked out. Otherwise, Monday, I will have these locks removed. You locked me out of the bedroom. I will go to sleep after it's dawn. There is literally maybe one living room that someone was staying in just prior. I don't know where the fucking other bedroom is. Unless you mean the fucking couch. Open the door. Open the door. My lounge is not a bedroom. Thanks, though. Unhinged take. Just because someone has fallen asleep in a room does not make it a bedroom.
Nick, you shouldn't have said the hand job thing. Apologize and maybe shell open.
Open the door. Like I said, my patience on this is waning. I'm willing to have a civil conversation. We can make it quick, but I want a resolution to this. I don't want to be locked out for no fucking reason without any words. You called me, I was civil, I picked up, I tried to fucking talk to you. Open the door! If I gotta do this for fucking 6 more hours or however many more hours till dawn, I will. Open the door. I'm tired of the unreasonableness. I'm not gonna fucking have you just lock doors. And if you do, you're gonna know that I'm gonna be making a lot of fucking noise. Open the door. 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 Open up. Open up. Open sesame. Open sesame. Open sesame. Open sesame. What is the magic word? What is the magic word? What is the magic word? Hello. Wake up. It's time to unlock this door. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
Think you should have been in a marching band.
Bum 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 bum. Open the door, open the door, open the door. Open the door. Kate. I can't, if you're talking, I cannot hear you. If you're saying something, I cannot physically hear you. Open the door, open the door, open the door. Well, like, yeah, like, but like it'll be dawn, which is my point. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
Next
Open the
Mozart
door.
on God.
Open the door. Open the door. You're already having a conversation with me through typing in my chat. You might as well. Open the door. Open the door. Dude, look, I really don't want to break in the glass, okay? But I've already gone through the legality of breaking into my own house. I'm allowed to do it. So why don't we not escalate?
Nick, I am watching you via my Predator drone from the Everell office
why don't we
in
choose
DC.
to not escalate?
Just give
Can
me
you
a
even
nudge,
hear me?
I will fire
I don't
two
even know if
Hellfire
you can
missiles.
hear me. Can you hear me? I don't have my phone on me, by the way. What does open the front door mean? I've tried both of them, and literally she locked the doors while I was standing on the other side of them. I heard the deadbolts. So I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. Open the door.
You're not locked out. Walk in the front door.
Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Like I said, it's a simple conversation. Open the door. Also open the lights. Open the door, 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 open the lights.
Maybe you should apologize for being rude and lying.
Open the door. Do you hear me? Can you hear what I'm saying?
At this point, I would have broke the window.
I'm considering it. I really don't want to because that's just another escalation. But like escalation in terms of like something that I have
Hey,
not
Siri,
previously
turn on the
told me
lights.
to do. I didn't see an apology, but also I would like to talk to her face to face.
She says front door is open.
That's not an apology.
I heard he say help.
It's not unlocked. Stop saying it's unlocked. I literally heard her lock it more. I literally was standing at the other door and she locked more bolts. It's a very simple conversation. We have it. We're done. We can go our separate ways. You can sleep here. I'll sleep somewhere else. But I just want to have a face-to-face conversation. Do you understand? Well, I wouldn't break it with my hands, if that's what you're thinking. Open the door. Open the door. I told you this is way faster if we just have the conversation instead of doing this for 6 hours and then having the conversation. It's the same thing ultimately. What say you? Door. Hey,
not going to have a conversation that doesn't involve you apologizing for being rude.
Up 2, 3, 4. Up 2, 3, 4. Open that door. Open the 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 door.
Nick, apologize first. At this point, just drive a care into the house so she gets the point.
Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. You see, I just want it to be that when we are arguing, we don't instantly just start locking doors on each other, because that's fucking retarded. And if I have to sit here and hammer for 6 hours to set that precedence, I will. I literally will.
Nick, send your attack pigeon down the chimney to unlock the door.
Alright, look, Kate, I don't want to do this, but,
You told me I can lock my door, just not the front door.
if I have to turn off the breakers so there's no air conditioning, I will. Let's not. I don't want to make a precedence for any of these irrational actions, so why don't you just open the door, we talk, and then it's done. How about that? Because I don't want to start depowering this room. Can we do that? Can we be reasonable? Hello? Hello? I can't hear you if you're saying anything. Do we really gotta escalate it? I really don't want to do this, so can you just open the door? Or at least give me a response? Hello? 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 Hey! Do you hear me? Hello? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock. Sure. Jesus Christ, this is not easy to do. It'll be easier if I just get my phone. Okay, whatever. If I have to fucking depower that fucking part of the house, I guess I will. Didn't really want to, but alright, whatever. Let's get our phone, let's get a light. Let's keep streaming.
Have a cigar in your office and regroup in 10 minutes.
How about I have a cigar in the main house while I turn off the power? How about that? Is that better? I like that plan a little better. I'm just tired of this being the MO, right? Like, it's like, okay, we're just gonna lock doors and lock people out. Like, that's just what we always do here. So why should we do it any different? You know, like, it literally doesn't make sense. And like, and today's thing, what's she upset about? That she thinks I misrepresented what she said? No, she literally said that yesterday. She literally yesterday said she wanted us to go to bed together. It would be nice. That's literally what was said, word for word. I'm in my lounge, you stupid fuck. Yeah, I'm inside the other fucking part of the house that consists of garages. Like the other building entirely. But I'm not saying I'm locked out of the house. I'm saying I'm locked out of the master bedroom. I feel like, is that not clear to you? Like, I'm not telling Stream I'm locked out of every fucking thing on the fucking property. It's just I don't feel like I should be locked out of my own bedroom as a default. If you want to sequester in another part of the house, you can. I just don't see that. Like, why don't you fucking go into the guest room? Like, I don't know why I'm the one who has to fucking do that. Anyways, Red, I have my actual phone on me now. Fucking goddamn it, dude. I fucking hate this shit. Every fucking time, man. Well, let's see. Master bedroom, master bedroom, master bedroom. Ba-ba-bum. Living room. Okay, that's fine. Breakfast nook, that's fine. Upstairs. Oh, that's okay. Hopefully nothing bad happens there. There we go. Okay. Why are these labeled so badly? Alright, there we go.
Abuser tent.
Alright, now we need a light. A light. A light. Yo! Are you gonna open the door and have a reasonable conversation?
Based.
Are you gonna open the door and have a reasonable conversation? Kate?
Hey, Nick, I am monitoring the situation in my Oval Office. Just let me know when to send in the greatest force the Earth has ever seen.
I can't tell if you're talking or not. Hello?
Are you going to apologize?
What would you like me to apologize for?
For acting like that I'm giving you a bunch of demands and and it's so crazy that you're expect so much.
We can go watch the clips if you want. I do not believe.
Watched you literally say it.
I don't believe that I've said that, but let's go watch it then. Show me.
You're acting like.
No, just show me then. You say I said it. If it's so.
I'm not. I even said to you before you even got off the phone with me the first time. I told you can do what you want.
I feel like you jumped in mid-conversation. I feel like you jumped in mid. Fine. If you want to go first, I'll let you go. But then I'm gonna talk. Go ahead.
And then you also came up here and started making the fucking hand job accusations again, which is ridiculous.
Well, it's because you already locked the door at that point.
That does not make it okay.
It doesn't. I don't think it's okay to lock the door either.
I lock my own door.
Yes, but you're locking me out.
That right, just to not lock the front door.
Do you not understand that locking me out is not a good thing? You're not supposed to do that, right?
You're also not supposed to act like I'm making you get off stream.
I didn't act like you're making me get off stream. I literally told them, okay, then come out. Why don't you come here and show me the part in the clip where I said that then? You're convinced, show me. You can prove me wrong in front of...
You're still live. I don't have the clip. I'm not going to go back and be...
We can literally go downstairs and rewind my stream to the point you want to. Do you forget... Are you forgetting how this works on Kick? You could just watch a live stream back exactly at the point you want to. I don't believe I said that.
I'm not going to come out there when you're like this.
I'm not like anything. You're the one who's locking doors and stuff.
No.
You're watching a lot of conspiracy theory videos the last couple of days. You're out watching a lot of conspiracy videos the last few days. And it's not that surprising to me that, you know, the fucking weirdness. No.
Now you're trying to act like I'm crazy.
No, I'm not acting like you're crazy.
Fuck yourself.
Oh, here we go again. Can we just be reasonable real fast? Kate, we're talking here. Can we just be reasonable? Kate. Kate. Can we be reasonable? You see, this is the thing, right? She'll say, oh, are you saying I'm this? I'm like, no, I'm not saying that. Oh, fuck you. It's like, huh? I didn't say I was going to apologize. I asked you to tell me what I'm supposed to apologize for. Wait, so the whole point was... Okay, so you said one thing, but that wasn't... Which part of it was the thing I was supposed to apologize for? Huh? Hello? Hello? Which part of that was I supposed to apologize for? Hello? Let's keep the dialogue going so that we're not just banging and keeping each other up. Let's at least be constructive. How about that? If you want to show me where I said whatever, then why don't you show me? I feel like she's watching it right now to see if she's right, and if she's not, she's just going to keep the door locked. It's like, oh, yeah, like, I'm going to go back and watch it and then prove that, oh, I was wrong. Okay, well, we're going to just, like, shuffle that under the fucking thing. Hey, do you want to go watch it, or are you too cowardly to do that? Hello? The windows are not openable. Kate, are we going to resolve this like actual people? Hello? Hello? Are we going to resolve this, or are we going to keep doing this? We were having a conversation. I don't know why, fuck you, enters the lexicon, but... What did I say that was so fucking objectionable? Huh? Can you open the door so we can have a conversation? Can you open the door so we can have a conversation? 'Cause I don't know why the fuck you enters the lexicon, but... What did I say that was so fucking objectionable? Huh? Can you open the door so we can have a conversation? Can you open the door so we can have a conversation? Can you open the door so we can have a conversation? Yes or no? Hello? 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 I don't believe I said that she wanted me to get off stream right now. I just said that if she wants me to be able to go to bed with her, then I would like more consistent forewarning. It's a preventative thing. I didn't say she wanted me to go to bed with her definitely tonight. It was more so that she made a general request that we do that. And how am I supposed to know that that doesn't apply today? Because, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Because it puts pressure on me. If yesterday she had a conversation and said, I would like it if we did this, and if the very next day I'm not doing it, it just puts added strain and pressure, right? And so then her retort was that, well, I didn't ask for you to do it. It's like, you asked yesterday for a certain set of behavior, and today you're kind of changing it. Kate, are you going to open the door and have a conversation? Hello? What are you doing? Man, I've been communicating my problems. What are you talking about? Like, did you not see the fact that I literally told her that it would be better in the future if we did it a different way? That's what she got upset about, because she's jumping to the conclusion. I know what I said, and I'm happy to watch it with her, right? But it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I'm not saying that she's demanding I get off right now. I'm saying that if she wants the standard of behavior to be that we generally go to bed together, then she's going to have to telegraph to me when that likely is going to be. Because right now, it's like sometimes it's like, oh, I do want this. Other times, apparently, it's like, oh, I don't really care. Right? How do I know which is which? Is there any forewarning whatsoever? That's what I was asking. I don't think that's too unreasonable. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't think it was too unreasonable. Like, I do not believe that it was unreasonable. Like, I feel like that's like a very natural thing. And then she somehow twisted it to, oh, you told your chat that you wanted me to get off immediately. It's like, no, I told them that if you have an expectation, you being Kate, that I would like there to be better communication leading into that. And then she was like, I don't care if you do or not. It's like, that's not my point. My point is, if you ever want it, you should probably fucking communicate better consistently. I don't think it's too crazy of a thing. You know, I literally don't understand why the belief is that, oh, that is such a fucking crazy thing. I can't believe you told your chat that. I don't understand. No, sure. You see, I've been trying to lean into the request that she makes, right? Because generally when she tells me stuff, it's like, it's not really problematic. It's more so that I would like the communication to exist so that I know what's expected. Right? And it's pretty reasonable, I think. And so if I know what's expected, then I can act accordingly. But my complaint today was I don't feel like what is expected, okay, is being consistently telegraphed. It just kind of seems to be changing all the time, right? That's the whole fucking point. Kate, are we gonna have a conversation or not? Because I don't want to bang on it all night. But like, again, I will because I don't like being locked out of my own house. Yo, Kate. Are we gonna have a conversation? Hey, Kate. Are we gonna have a civil conversation? Are we gonna have a civil conversation? Hello? Kate? Can we have a civil conversation? Kate? Can we have a civil conversation? Hello? Hello? Can we have a conversation? Hello? Hello? Hey! Can you hear me? Hello? I feel like I hear you saying something, but I can't hear what you're saying. Well, I mean, here, I'll call you then. How about that?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, look, I'm willing to have a civil conversation with you. You have to understand, okay, right now, I can't tell if you can even hear me at this decibel. Okay, and so like, this is like the thing I run into a bunch. You'll put barricades, obstacles, things in the way, and then you'll complain I'm yelling at you. It's like, if I use a regular voice, you can't hear me from this fucking door. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? If you want to, we can do it through the phone. I think it's better face to face because we're not interrupting each other, but you want a civil conversation? How could it not be civil? I'm not the one who says fuck you randomly in the middle of the conversation.
Are you going to apologize?
I'm going to ask you again. What for?
For presenting me that way to your chat, off the phone, and also the hand job accusations.
I can apologize for the hand job accusation, but like, I don't think I presented you anyway to the... I'm happy to watch it with you, or you tell me the timestamp, I'll go watch it, because I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I saw your chat link.
What?
I saw your chat, or one of your mods link it. Alright.
I am on mobile. I can't... Okay, can you just tell me a timestamp?
I do not know the timestamp.
Did you even...
It's just go to where it is. You can go watch it in your lounge's content. But when you hung up the phone with me.
Actually, someone, if the mods are linking it, can you send it to Discord? Media share. Drama share. Do drama share. So, like, I can apologize for one of those things. The other one, I don't think I said anything crazy. Like, what is your recollection of what I said?
The way that you're painting is acting like I'm trying to limit your content, man.
No, I think you're getting triggered. I think you... Sure, go for it. Sure, no, okay, just go ahead.
I literally just called you and I said, hey, I'm going to bed. And then you act like I have such a crazy audacity to not communicate with you ahead of time, where I'm not telling you that you need to do anything at all. You can stream as long as you want. You don't have to go to bed with me. I'm just going to bed because I'm tired now. And I'm not expecting anything of you. I'm not complaining. I'm not nagging. I didn't ask. I was just informing you. And then you get off the phone after acting like that. That's such a crazy thing that I would tell you that without telling you ahead of time. But I'm not expecting anything anyways. But then you pretend that I am to your chat. That's kind of crazy. Like,
so are you telling me... No, let's just cut to the chase.
Like,
okay,
oh
sure.
No, Amaranth trying to limit our content. It's like, I'm not. I didn't tell him to get off at all. You can do what you wanted.
I feel like you were reading what people were saying in chat, but it's not what I was saying. But that's fine.
I was listening to you and I was reading, Nick. I'm telling you how it.
But everything you said echoes like what Ray said, which I wasn't really paying attention to.
It's not just Ray; it's other people too.
Sure, okay, but like I just done
that because of the way you painted the conversation.
I don't believe I painted it in any which way. I believe.
You did. I can understand now that you don't believe you did because you can do no wrong. But you did paint it that way.
Okay, first of all.
Here and said I have another guy in the room that must be jerking them off, which is crazy. Because everyone.
I can apologize for that one. But like, just hear me out for a second. I recall very vividly, but like I'm willing to just pause and just like we'll pretend it didn't happen. But yesterday, you absolutely did say, you intoned a lot about how you would like to go to bed with your husband at the same time. You said that, but let's pretend you didn't. I would still say that when you say that you want accurate estimates of when I'm ready to go to bed, that's still implying the same thing.
I did not ask you an accurate estimate. I was just telling you I'm going to bed.
No. Yesterday. I'm talking.
No, yesterday I made it very clear to you. Hey, if I tell you, hey, when do you want to go to bed? I call you and you say, like 10.
I get that.
And I say,
can you hear what I'm actually saying?
It's gonna be 10 minutes. Or
can I actually talk? I'm bringing up this point. I don't know why you're talking more during it.
An hour later, and I'm like, are we going? Like,
I'm bringing up a point that is a grievance from yesterday, and you are talking over me for no reason. You don't even know where I'm going with this. Why are you?
Because you're already saying incorrectly what happened yesterday. I was just telling you.
Well, I am using
an accurate timer updated.
My point is this. If you, all of those things, wanting an ETA for when I'm ready for bed, all of that is in service of us going to bed together at the same time, obviously, right?
Sure.
Okay, then. So then that's the expectation. You see? That's why I said there is an expectation, but obviously, can I finish? Can I just finish a sentence? If you were right, you wouldn't feel the need to keep talking over me. Go ahead.
You can stream as long as you want. I told you that before you hung up with me the first time. The first time that I called you, I said
today. Correct.
Whenever.
Today, correct. I never gave an impression that wasn't true.
You did. That was the impression you gave after. Act like I expected you to just end on a dime right now. And I made it very clear to you that I don't expect that.
Okay, so that's why you. I'm saying. Okay. Are you done? So I can talk now.
Sure, I'm done that.
My point is that we are talking past each other on this, and just let me finish before you jump in, because you can tell me I'm wrong after. You don't have to tell me during and then, misguess what I was going to say anyways and then go off on a tangent because you're talking about something that I'm not saying. Today, you absolutely, and I don't think I gave that impression, but I'll go watch it to make sure. You absolutely did today tell me that you were going to bed. And when I pushed back and I said, well, you know, in the future, can you give me a little more warning, you know? And then that's when you told me, well, I don't need you to go to bed with me at the same time. You can stream as long as you want. Absolutely, you said that. My point was, when you look at yesterday, where you gave me basically the opposite thing, where you were asking me what my ETA for bed was, and then wanting it to be accurate and precise, and then wanting me to stick to it, that gives the expectation, which is what I believe you generally want, of that we should go to bed at the same time, you know, way more often, if not all the time. That is the expectation that I understood, because that is what you were inferring. And I actually think you stated it directly, but we'll just say infer. All of the things that you told me yesterday are in service of the fact that you want us to sleep at the same time. What this means is that the expectation is that we do so. And I'm not going to know when you call me out of the blue, obviously until you tell me, whether today's the day where I'm supposed to give you the ETA and then like be off at the same time so we can go to bed together, or if it's not. That's all that I was saying, right? I'm just saying that, like,
to wonder, because I literally told you that you don't have to.
I didn't say that. Can you not see how there's a bit of whiplash when some days I have to expect that you're gonna want that, and some days I'm gonna expect that you're not, especially if the only notice I get is after you log off, you're gonna tell me that, oh, by the way, today I don't care. It's like you understand that, like, that is a bit of a whiplash, because I'm gonna expect you to, as after yesterday's conversation, I'm gonna expect you to want that just generally, unless like later on you change your mind and you're like, okay, like never mind on that one. Right? Like, I don't assume you're going to flip-flop like 180 degrees by the next day. That's not something that I would have anticipated, right? Can we understand that? It's like if today you told me, hey, don't do this thing. And then tomorrow you're like, you know, by the way, yesterday's thing isn't valid anymore. It's like that's a bit hard for me to fucking follow.
I didn't have a thing yesterday though. I was just saying, hey,
like I said,
tell me a time.
I'm gonna use your version.
Go to bed, but then don't talk to me for like an hour.
I'm willing to use your version.
I would just appreciate a realistic time estimate.
I understand that. I understand that, but all of that is in service. But all of that is in service of us going to bed at the same time. That's the point. And like, let's just not, you know, play dumb here and pretend like you didn't mean that. That's what you meant. And so when that understanding shifts 180 degrees in a day, and today you don't care if we go to bed together, you see how that's very hard for me to anticipate which of the two it's going to be that day before it happens? That's what I'm saying. It's unfair, but it's fine. I'll deal with it. But I'm just letting you know in the hopes that you can understand where I'm coming from, so that you can help accommodate me accommodating you.
Look, I don't really care if we go to bed every night together or not.
I know, not every night, but the nights that you do, I'm not gonna know when it.
Tell me.
Oh my God.
Just like be accurate is all.
That's like me saying, I want you to initiate sex more. And then you go, okay. And then the next day you do it, I go, whoa, not today. You see how confusing that is? You would complain about that, right? You see? Like, that's confusing. Yes, it makes sense that a person will sometimes want it, sometimes not. But if they just told you and you just started to do the motion of what they just asked, and then you're like, well, not this time. It's like, well, what the fuck? I get it. People have...
What?
Which part is confusing to you?
All of this. I just literally, like, the time we're talking about, I just asked you, when do you want to go to bed? And then he told me a time that it was like an hour.
Be specific. You're saying yesterday. You're saying yesterday. You're saying yesterday, right?
Yes.
Right,
No,
but
give me a realistic time if you're gonna give me a time at all. Like,
but the point is,
at the same time every night together.
I don't know why. I guess it's because there's people watching that are playing coy. Like, let's just okay.
This is what I told you.
I can agree that you had said that, but I think you said more. But we're gonna ignore that part of it for now and just go with what you and I both agreed.
The more that I said wasn't even related to it. It was about how you're not spending enough time with your family.
I'm asking you to ignore the rest of it and just talk about the parts that we agree on, because that's how you can have a productive conversation. You and I both.
That's the more that you're remembering. There wasn't anything else.
Stop. I don't really want to debate the stuff that you said that you don't remember you said, okay? I just want to talk about the stuff that you do remember. Okay? Like I think I remember it, you remember it. Let's talk about that stuff.
I'm telling you.
Well, you're interrupting me while I'm trying to make the point, and you just keep trying to answer what you think I'm gonna say instead of let me say it. Right? Like
say whatever.
So my point is that everything about asking for time, getting an accurate time of when I'm gonna go to bed, all of that is because you are expressing yesterday a desire for us to go to bed at a predictable time, but also at a time that we could do it together. That is what you were trying to communicate. I know that's what you're trying to communicate. And whether you said exactly the words, I want us to go to bed together or more, let's not debate that. I just don't think that's productive. Let's just skip over it. You're saying you didn't say those words exactly. Fine. Let's pretend that you didn't say those words exactly, right? Let's just pretend that you only asked me multiple times when I'm going to bed. And like that inference is very clear. It's that you want to go to bed at the same time, at least some of the time. And I'm telling you is that if the very next day, suddenly it's a 180-degree shift, it's going to be a little bit whiplashy for me. And I was communicating with you that if generally you want to do a thing, it's smart for us to start building the habits and the lay the groundwork for that thing, right? And part of that is communicating when you'd like to go to bed, when I'd like to go to bed. I feel like that's super reasonable. And that's the only point that I was making to you. I was like, hey, in the future, can you give me a little bit of heads up? And you see, you always miss what I'm saying because then you go, well, you don't have to do it today. It's like, I'm not saying I have to do it today. I'm saying is that it would be more productive if you gave me more communication instead of less. Instead of just saying, I'm going to bed. I'm logged off already. Like, do you understand that? Wouldn't it be better if you, if I did the same thing to you, half the time you say, well, let me finish this video or let me finish this game. Right?
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm asking for the courtesy that you would ask for me, and that's all I'm asking for. And I do not believe, which I will go watch.
I don't understand. I didn't have a problem with you finishing me. I didn't push back at all on you still being online.
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did. You just read my chat and decided you knew what my mind thought, my thought process was.
The way that you painted me after, you said, I expect you to just get off right now.
I'm going to explain something to you.
I don't expect that.
The way that you think I'm coming off is being colored by a few errant comments in my chat.
No, it's literally what you said.
Okay, so you're talking to me right now, and I'm telling you that that's not what I'm saying. Is that not good enough for you?
I'm telling you that.
I'm literally telling you I was not communicating that. I'm literally telling you that was not the intent of my communication. Is that good enough for you?
Sure, that's fine.
I'm telling you that I'm not retarded. When you tell me today I don't need this, I understand that you're saying today you don't need this. What I am saying is layering on top of that. I am saying that it is hard for me to anticipate beforehand if you're going to need it. And so that gives me a sense of anxiety when you tell me you're already off, you're heading to bed. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to do what you asked me to do. I'm trying my best to do that, right? Like I have what you are saying at heart. And I'm asking for you to be a little more communicative so I can do the thing that you asked me to do. That's all that I'm saying. Now you misinterpreted due to the comments in my chat, which is fine. I don't mind that you did that, but I wasn't saying it any kind of way. My point was to address that I wish this would happen so that I could do what you're asking me to do. Apparently now it's only some of the days. Like there's no way for me to know, like we wake up tomorrow, when are you going to tell me that today's the day you care about it and today's the day you don't? You see what I'm saying?
I'm not ever asking you to do anything with me. Like, you don't have to.
Why do you keep using hyperbole? Okay, when you say you don't ask me to do anything with you, that's literally patently not true, right? Like, what are you meaning?
I am not asking you. I am not asking you either today or yesterday.
So then why would you care whether or not I gave you an ETA for bed?
Yesterday I said, how long are you going to be on?
I understand what you said. I'm saying, why did you say it?
Because if you had 2 hours to go or whatever, I would have just gone to bed early. But because you said 10 minutes, then I stayed up waiting for you because I was like, oh, well, then I'll just let
Okay, then why did you stay up? Why did you stay up? Because you wanted us to go to bed at the same time.
Because we'd already talked about doing it. You know?
Going to bed at the same time, you mean? So no, be specific. You're avoiding the word so hard. We agree we're going to do what? Go to bed at the same time?
Well, yeah, last.
Oh, okay. So then that's the understanding then.
Expecting it. It's not an expected thing every night, is what.
I didn't say it was. I'm telling you that it's hard for me to know beforehand which is gonna
You
be.
really did. You said that's what I'm expecting, like, as a principle, like a standard, and it's not.
If you say you want a thing, you're already setting a precedence for that this thing is going to be something that you're going to ask for, not just this one time, but at another time as well. I have no idea of calibrating if it's every day, if it's every other day, if it's half the days.
You have a way of calibrating, because I am telling you it's not a requirement every day.
I don't think you understand, okay? When you called me, you didn't say, and let me finish this sentence before you're going to jump in. You didn't say, hey, you can keep streaming as long as you want. I'm going to go to bed, though, because I'm really tired, and today I don't care. You didn't start that way, okay? You started by saying, I'm going to bed, I already logged off. That's the two words or the two phrases that you said. And I said, oh, and this is under my assumption that yesterday we had a talk about going to bed at the same time, and so that's what is being expected. And I said, well, just in the future, can you give me more notice? And then that's when you miss what I'm trying to say there. Because what I'm trying to say is not that you shouldn't care because you didn't give me warning today. What I was trying to say was that it is easier for me to get into the habit of doing this thing that you've asked, that you want at least some of the time, if I have more communication from you about when that's going to be, right? It's just a broad statement of like, if you want this thing, even some of the time, it would be better if you gave me forewarning, right? That's all I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying. I'm not saying you want me to get off definitely today. I'm not saying that, oh my God, you're stifling the content. No, I am saying that if I'm not even thinking about the content part of it. What I'm trying to think about is for me to do what you ask and for me to be able to do it consistently, I would appreciate consistent communication from you. And it's like, I'm not even saying you have to do it. I'm just saying, I'm giving you a nudge that like this would be better, easier, more accommodating for me to accommodate you. That's all I'm saying. You blew it up into this kind of big thing because of an assumption of what I must have meant when I'm sitting here telling you that that's not what I meant. Like, I feel like you have a very high standard for how I communicate things. And like you don't hold yourself to the same standard because you assume that if I say you have an expectation that, oh, I must mean today, otherwise I'd clarify that today you told me there was an expectation. That's really hard to keep track of. And you're like, oh, but I told you. It's like, yeah, you told me after you said you already logged off. And it wasn't even the first thing that you said. It was like more so after I gave you something you could say to me so that I would have a little more warning. Then you said you didn't care, which is fine. I wasn't under the impression that you today were going to care or be upset about it. But I'm telling you that it's hard for me to keep track of or know ahead of time if today's going to be one of those days. I think that's very reasonable.
You shouldn't have a hard time though when I'm literally communicating with you, hey, I don't care.
You're missing my point every time, dude. I know today you communicated that. I'm saying though that now going forward, tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, well, is today one of the days she cares or doesn't care? If you can't understand, if you can't, can I finish? Can I finish the point? Can I finish the point? Can I finish the point? You don't even know where I'm going with that. Can I finish the point? Can I finish the point?
Sure.
What I'm trying to say is that if I am trying to plan streams, right, and stack activities in a certain way, I'm not gonna know until you either ask me on that given day when I wanna go to bed, or you tell me that you're logging off. Like, the communication from you is the only way I know which is which. And I am merely establishing that if we created a habit of telegraphing that ahead of time, as early as possible, that it would be better for my ability to do what you are asking me to do. Because otherwise, on some days, I might think, oh, today she won't care, and then you do care, right? Or vice versa. I'm just saying that if we created more communication before you actually need to log off or want it or don't want it, it would be better. And there's no downside to that. I can't think of a single downside to us communicating better, more, proactively, right? That's the whole point that I was saying. Okay, that literally, when you told me you're going to bed already, I go, oh, I wish you would give me a little more lead time, right? And then you go, oh, I don't expect you today. I understand that. I hear that. But you don't understand is that but you do expect it some days. And I'm not going to know which is which until you tell me that. And you see how that's a problem? It's like if, I asked, or you asked, I guess I asked you to do something and then you do it.
The phone call moment has been clipped and uploaded on Discord.
The phone call moment is, oh, cool. Regardless, do you understand what I'm saying though? I don't think any of that was offensive.
Yes, but let's stop making this so complicated and just talk about it per day so you don't have to wonder what the right thing you need to do is.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is that per day is kind of whiplashy for me. I would prefer us to have some, like on what kind of days do you care and what kind of days do you not?
So what is the whole thing about me needing to communicate ahead of time then if you can't do it per day anyways? Now I'm so confused.
Can you see that me not knowing which you're going to want until you tell me on that day would literally be my thing of more lead time is better? Because otherwise I'm not going to know until you tell me this is the one that you want. Okay, look, I get that you don't really care to accommodate me, but I'm trying to tell you that for me to do what you say and I want to do it, because it doesn't really bother me. It's just more so that if I have the information, if I have the warning, then I can plan around it. I'm telling you that if you just tell me today, when are you going to bed? I care today, by the way. That's kind of whiplashy. And then if you tell me some days, oh, I'm going to bed, I don't care if we sleep together or not. You see, you're ignoring any potential preference I have of either. What if I also would like to get into the habit of,
You don't listen to your own preference, though. You say, let's get up early so we go to bed early, and then we'll get up early and then we won't go to bed early. So
Bro, one time me not doing exactly what I have said I generally want to do is literally not.
No, it's every time.
It's not every time. It's literally not every time. It's literally not every time. It's literally not every time. You're being ridiculous.
Okay, let's just stop making it complicated.
No. What you're saying. What I'm saying is that I don't think we need to make a schedule. I'm just saying that if earlier in the day you told me, it's better. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even criticizing the day to day. I'm saying that's pretty whiplashy, but let's just do that. But can you tell me earlier than, oh, I'm logged off already and I'm going to bed? I feel like that just makes sense.
Sure.
That's all that I'm saying is that how about I know a little bit ahead of time before I know whether you care or not that day. But also you have to understand that when you ask for things like this, it's way easier to just build a habit to always do it one way versus sometimes this way, sometimes that way. Hence why I was under the impression that it was just a general understanding that we were going to try to always go to bed at the same time. Because when you communicate that you want that, I'm just going to assume that it's generally true unless stated otherwise. But if going to state otherwise, I was hoping that it would be telegraphed in advance of you actually having already logged off and headed to bed.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm being unreasonable here. I feel like that's super fucking reasonable, because what you're wanting is for me to just instantly decide or instantly deal with or react to and respond to your saying, okay, today I don't care, by the way.
I don't actually have a problem with the bedtime. It's mostly the way you presented it after. Now go watch your clip.
What do you mean the way I presented it after? Well,
what?
No, all I told you, you have to understand that what you told me was you were going to bed, you already logged off. Those are the two phrases you said. And I responded to you that, okay, I wish you would give me a little more lead time though. You see, that's not.
That part is fine.
Can I make the point? Because you just keep cutting me off.
Okay, sure. I thought you did, but sure, go make it.
No, what I'm saying is that in your very next reply, you're missing the point of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that today you must care and therefore I'm at an inconvenience, which you took that to be my meaning, because your next response was, well, I don't care if you go to bed, you can go to bed whenever. You said that after that. You see, that doesn't really address what I'm saying. I'm saying, can we have more communication? You're saying, I don't care if you go to bed today. That's not what I'm saying. You've already talked past me at that point because you think, can I finish?
That's the part I have an issue with.
My point is that if instead, my point is that if we are communicating, it is better if you just let me say what I mean versus trying to guess what I mean before I say it, because it leads to these tangents that make it, misleading or easy to misunderstand. Hence this one, because you thought I was meaning to say that you had a problem, that you told me you didn't have a problem. When I wasn't meaning to say I had a problem, I was meaning to say I wish I would have more warning.
No, I got that. We already agreed on that. That's not the issue. It's the way that you presented it to chat after. It made it seem like we had a completely different conversation when that was already agreed on the phone.
You're letting chat get under your skin because, again...
No, it's the way... I had a problem with the way you presented it when I heard
Because of how chat was fucking being around the statement.
It's not just how chat... It's what you presented it as.
And just in your recollection, just so I know... What are you thinking I presented it as?
That I had this expectation that you needed to get off, right then, and I did not. You can finish your stream, you can even stream longer, I told you. That's
okay,
all.
So, here is what I was actually trying to say, is that I wasn't trying to say today you have that expectation. I was saying that if you have that expectation even some of the time, it would be helpful to not wait till the very last minute to tell me that today, by the way, you don't care.
Typically, we call ahead of time and say, hey, when do you want to get off?
That's exactly, and that's what I'm citing. Exactly, and you see, you're
typical. That's why I called you and I said, hey, I'm going to bed. You don't have to.
You didn't, okay, you see how you like to seed things. Look, you get on me for not being perfectly clear, and then you do that kind of communication where you're trying to twist it so hard. I'll explain to you what you did not call me and stop. You did not call me and say proactively, by the way, you don't have to get off bed. I had to say.
I said that after. I'm just going, you can stay up if you want.
Yeah, because you thought you were responding to my complaining that I expected you to get, or that I was saying you expected me to get off. I wasn't saying that.
No.
Yeah, no, okay, stop. That's the only reason you would say what you said.
It's not the issue. It's the way you presented after you asked.
It's not the issue to you, it's the issue to me.
I don't understand. We already agreed on that before we hung up.
Again.
That's not where I got angry. That was fine.
It's because, can you not understand that, it's because you thought I was saying that you expected me to drop it and go to bed? That expectation was what you thought I had, or what I was communicating to my chat. That is why what I said came off wrong to you. But I'm telling you that instead of guessing what it is I mean, I'm going to tell you what I mean if you just let me finish the sentence, right? Hence, when you cut me off to say, oh, I don't need you to go to bed today, that's not what I was getting at. I wasn't getting at whether you needed it or not today. I was getting at the fact that just if you have an expectation generally that we go to bed together, or we have accurate times where we tell each other, what our plans are and when we're going to wind down for the night, it would be better if we did that consistently, day to day, right? Like every day, telegraph that ahead of time versus
that's fine.
That's my whole point. And if you had
already agreed to that, though.
No, you're missing. Okay, I'm trying to tell you that if you'd let me just finish instead of cutting me off and trying to answer what you thought I was saying at the time, none of this would have happened. Because I wasn't.
No, that was fine. We finished that conversation. We had.
You keep saying it is fine. I'm trying to tell you that it would have.
Saying, oh my God! When we hung up the phone, you acted like that wasn't the conversation we had. That was. I agree, and we agreed on it.
I don't think.
Stop arguing that.
I don't think that when we got off the phone, I gave that impression. I was mostly. See, the problem is, oh, you're just gonna just throw out,
you fucking accused shit of me.
So, but I apologize for it, so now you're gonna do it? That's.
Did you actually mean it though? Because you fucking said it multiple times. Jesus.
And so when you say things multiple times, then I'm not supposed to believe the apology or what? Well, what is the precedence we're setting here? That's a pretty ridiculous thing to say.
Just go watch the clip, Nick.
My point is, I was telling my chat of yesterday when you said that, you know, you're asking me when I was going to bed and all that. You're setting the expectation to me that
I'm not, though. I'm telling you I'm not, and you say you're not. We got it. We didn't mean the things that the other person took. Understood. Good night.
Wait. Yesterday you weren't setting the expectation. Yeah, you were.
Please let it end.
No. Yesterday you were setting the expectation.
I'm telling you, I did not intend to set an expectation, and I don't have one.
So yesterday's entire conversation was just about yesterday?
I'm telling you that when you tell me a time that you plan to go to bed,
You just keep repeating it. Yes, and all of that is in service. All of that is in service of the same goal, which is...
I don't. Stop.
So then why are you asking the time? Yesterday, why did you ask then?
We have a principle. We can communicate the day of, right? Like before we plan to. At that second, we can give each other lead time. Sure, please.
No, I want to establish something clearly because I was saying to my chat today, I was referencing yesterday. You didn't know I was referencing yesterday, so you thought you were wronged because you thought I was implying today. But
you were implying today. You were literally talking about the conversation that we just had, except you portrayed it like not the conversation we had.
because yesterday when you tell me, and you were very meticulous about it, right? Like, it wasn't just like a real quick thing. You kept going on about how, oh, you know, you should do this.
Just watch the clip and stop.
It's just crazy to me that, like, I can't take what yesterday was a longer conversation than what we had today up to that point as the fucking context. Let's take a look. What the fuck? Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's up?
That's not true. That should be
Oh my
calling you.
God.
Can we get the before this part,
That's what
though?
I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Can we get the
And I
before
asked
this
you when
part?
you want to go to bed. I didn't expect it yesterday. I'm not expecting it tonight. I'm sorry I said anything.
The argument
What
for
does that mean you're not fucking...
the argument for today, the point that we missed on each other's had already happened. It isn't the second call where she says, that's not true. That's the issue. It's the first call where after the first call, she is saying that I miscolored her representation. That's what we need to see. So could someone link that clip? Because this is after the whole thing is over. Like the whole contention is over. You know? Like it's already done by this point. Let me see. Okay, I gotta go into my own chat and click this link. Oh wait, can I even do this on mobile? Yeah, cool. Oh.
Yesterday, why did you ask that?
We have a principle.
Oh, well. Yeah, is anyone gonna link it, or are we just gonna be flying blind here? Because that doesn't do anything. It was all one big misunderstanding. Now both of you. Well, no, but she's pretty set on trying to figure out which of the two versions is true, and so I'm trying to accommodate that. So can someone just link the goddamn thing? Like anyone, just link the actual. If you link the first call and then just give me that and what happens after that, that's all I need. I mean, I guess it's pretty hard to find because no one else is linking anything. Unless I'm lagging. Okay, let's take a look. The fuck?
Yeah, what's up?
That's not true. That's your thing.
Oh my god. God damn it.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all are just trolling me at this point. That's the same thing. What the fuck? I need the first time she calls me and the aftermath after we get off the phone. Well, I think I know what I said. She's saying I said something else, and I want to see if that's true. That's crazy. Oh my god, there's like fucking 15 different random communications, and I don't know which the fuck. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, so he wants the part where she corrects what he says. No, she calls me the first time, tonight. That conversation plus exactly what happens right after she gets off the phone the first time. That's what I need. That's what she's referring to, right? Like, if you get to the second call, she's already been wronged in her eyes at that point. There's nothing to learn. You get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? But it's fine if she wants to be like super like, look, I'll watch it, and if I'm wrong, right? I'm man enough to admit that. I don't think that's the impression I gave, because it's not the impression I had, right? It would be me basically having miscommunicated, which is not impossible, right? But it's not what I meant. I wasn't trying to say today she had the expectation that we must get off together and go to bed today. I was saying that because yesterday she told me that, I assume that applies to today as well, right? And she would counter, but I told you it didn't. Yeah, after I brought it up. I just wanted more forewarning than, oh, it's fine today, right? That'd be like saying, yesterday I sped and you gave me a ticket, officer. Today, I slow down and you tell me, no, go over the speed limit. And I'm like, I thought there's an expectation. You go, today I don't care. It's like, well, that's hard for me to fucking use as a rule of thumb. Right? That's hard for me to fucking use that information then. Today you don't care if I speed, but yesterday you do. But you're gonna tell me on the day that it happens whether you care I speed or not? It's like, what the hell, dude? Like let's create some more consistency. I would rather it be most days, all days, unless there's some mitigating circumstance where one person has to stay up, such as me, to do taxes or whatever the fuck it is. Unless there's a mitigating circumstance that, obviates the need for me to do so, we should just go to bed together. That's a way easier rule of thumb for me to remember, right? And so I'm just going to assume that most days, all days, it's going to be that unless there's something extraneous happening. So did anyone ever link it?
In theory, owing someone money and he's not gonna do it. What's up? Oh, okay. Just immediately? Okay. I mean, you probably should give me a little more warning than that, but alright. Sure, but you can let me know while you're... I mean, look, if you don't want to communicate, don't communicate, I guess. But I'm just saying that, like if you're getting tired, maybe let me know so I have some transition time.
You see?
I mean, that's pretty... This is not anything...
It was at that point, that deep into the conversation, she goes, I don't care about it today. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's 42 seconds into the conversation, she then tells me I don't care about it. It's not proactively even given to me then, right? I have no way of knowing which of the two it's going to be until I get 42 seconds into the conversation where then she's going to tell me. It's unreasonable. You're wrong! You want to watch it with me? You're wrong! Hey! Hey! Do you want to watch it with me and show me what you mean? The rest of it? Okay. I mean, like, already we're 42 seconds in before you tell me anything. But alright. The rest of it is only a few more seconds, but sure.
This is not anything. Well, I know. I'm just saying that, like, definitely do all that. But, like, what I'm saying is just, if you're getting tired and you're like, oh, I might log off in 10 minutes, even that's way.
Can I have the clip right after this as well? She wants to be extra thorough, I guess. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I know. She'd rather fucking talk through chat. She'd rather talk through chat than fucking talk face to face because fucking most mentally healthy streamer, I guess. It's great that conflict resolution happens through a steel door and a chat. It really makes a lot of sense. But hey, if she wants to have a bad relationship, a dysfunctional marriage, I guess. Good luck convincing me to tell you when the 1031s are supposed to happen. Fucking, I might just forget to tell you until they've already happened. Right? Like, could you imagine that? You literally asked me today, oh, this real estate thing that's going to happen later this year, can you tell me when? And I'm like, well, it's going to be sometime this year. You go like, I need to know when. It's like, okay. Like, you need all this information from me months ahead of time, but I ask you for something just a little more than like now, and it's like, holy fuck. Bro, look, if you want to play games, we can play games. Like, if you want this to be the tenor of our relationship, like, it can be a passive-aggressive thing. Like, I can do it that way. Like, good luck ever fucking getting your ranch. Like, I'm getting really fed up. Like, we are working in theory towards the same goal, but it just feels like when I tell you what I need, and here's the sad part, it's me saying, this is what I need to do what you want. It's not even me necessarily saying, I need this, by the way, as a person, which also, like, I kind of just would like, right? I would like to know what we are agreeing to as an expectation on an ongoing basis, right? If it's, oh, I usually don't care whenever you sleep. Okay. If it's, I usually do care. If it's half and half, whatever. I have no idea. What is the mix? Yesterday she does care. Today she doesn't care. What is it going to be like going forward? Is it like most of the time she does one way or the other? Like, all of this is information, right? But if she wants to play this game, then we can play this game. I mean, like, it's very fucking easy for me to play this game. Like it's just a lose-lose game. Yeah, now you don't give a shit because you're arguing, but yesterday you fucking were very, very adamant on the time. No, you're the insanity part, and if you want to fucking keep hurling, things like that at me, then, I can show you what it's like for me to be uncooperative. Like, you have to understand, in our life, if I look around, look, I'm sitting on a horse rug, right? I'm staring at a fucking, what is it, saddle pad? Like, this is all of your stuff that you wanted in life, okay? And you still want more stuff in life, which is fine, right? You expect me to help you get that. And I'm happy to help. But, like, even if just on a personal level, I said I would like more communication, you should be obliging of that. But in this particular case, I was asking for more communication so that I can better do what you want. Right? Like, I feel like you don't really have a thing. Bro, the fact that you waited an hour is actually showing that you really wanted to do that. That you really wanted to go to bed together. You're proving the opposite point, my friend. Like, are you fucking kidding? And let me ask you this. Have you ever done that where you say 10 minutes and then it's more of an hour? All the time. All the time with animal shit. The fuck is wrong with you, dude? You act as if you're always on schedule and I'm never on schedule. When in actuality, both of us have been off schedule or given expectations that turned out to be wrong before. That's a normal thing. Okay? But my point is that, like, you clearly yesterday, it's because yesterday you're feeling needy, I guess, which is fine. But like yesterday you wanted it to be a thing and you could only envision ever wanting it to be a thing. And today you don't want it because whatever other reason you have. That's all fine. That is, if you waited an hour for something, I would say you're pretty adamantly wanting it. Like, what the fuck do you think that means, dude? Let's see, did anyone link me the right after that part too? I need the clip after that because she really wants to be wrong, I guess.
Wind down, but it'll take a little bit. Alright, bye. I have a bird on a mic and a bird on my shoulder. Yeah, that's the wife. She called me and she said, I'm offline, by the way. I'm going to bed. I'm like, well, okay, but, you know, it's not, I'm not going to be able to just drop everything and do that. Right? It's kind of a silly thing. I mean, like, if I did that to her, she'd be like, oh, let me finish the game, right? Like, I don't know why that's the expectation, but whatever.
I don't see your point, Kate. I don't see your point at all.
Nick, I like your odd junk.
Like, I literally don't see your point. Yeah, I'm saying expectation because the day before we had a very onerous, thorough, whatever you want to call it, conversation about that. And so, even though today you told me you didn't care, am I supposed to be like, most days you will, most days you won't, right? What I'm talking about is the first 42, 47 seconds of the conversation, which is a pretty long time, where I was not aware, because you hadn't yet said it, that today wasn't one of the days where you cared about it. You're just wrong, dude. You're literally just wrong. Like, you're just straight up wrong. Nothing in there was me saying, today she wants me to do this thing. I'm saying, if we were to roll this forward and keep doing things this way, some days you're going to tell me you care, some days you're going to say you don't care. I'm not going to know which is which. I can't just drop everything. Oh my God. Did you just say that? You're not wrong about your feelings? Who are you talking to? What phantom are you boxing right now? I didn't say you're wrong about your feelings. That's what I said, but like, I'm telling you right now that when you say you feel like I said a thing and I tell you that's not what I mean, and then we play the recording and it's not what I said, you can keep feeling that way, but I'm just telling you that at some point you gotta fucking tell yourself, okay, but you know, I can wind it down a little bit because he doesn't actually mean that. I didn't say you told me to drop everything. I said I can't just drop everything. Like, I said I cannot just drop everything. It's not reasonable, is what I said. I didn't say you said that I had to. I just said I don't think it's reasonable for me to do so. You went with my feelings aren't wrong. No one said your feelings are wrong. No one has ever said your feelings are wrong. Who are you talking to? What are you talking about? When was that ever said? It doesn't imply that at all. It is just my internal monologue responding I feel like you don't understand this, okay? Maybe you can't relate because you don't give a shit about what I care about, all right? But like, when you tell me you want something, or that you need something, or that you would prefer something, when you tell me any of those things, I make a mental note, and I don't always succeed, and I'm not perfect, but like, I make a mental note to try and do that thing, especially if it's something that I'm like literally indifferent to, right? So you have to understand that, like, to me, it's not that simple. I don't just be like, oh, she wanted it yesterday, she doesn't want it today, done. Like, to me, it's like, she wanted this yesterday, and then finally 42, 47 seconds into it, you say, oh, I don't care about it today. You get what I'm saying? But I spent 42 seconds, 47 seconds, whatever, thinking that you did, right? And that's okay. But you have to understand that that's still a lot of pressure for me to just wait for you to tell me whether today's one of those days or not, right? Like, it would be better if we created some amount of either consistency or routine around that practice, is all I'm saying. And when I said I can't just drop everything, it doesn't actually imply that you want me to drop everything. It just implies that I feel the pressure to do so because of our conversation yesterday. Which is why I told you, if you didn't fucking read the chat and get all incensed, you wouldn't have thought I meant that, because it's not what I meant. It ain't that hard, man. Like you, I feel like you vilify, what I must be thinking and doing. Oh, I must be manipulating the chat against you. First of all, hey, who the fuck cares? My 110 people at the time? Fucking 100 of them are probably bots because of fucking Ray. 10 viewers? Like, you fucking care about, like, oh my God. If I had 10 people in my camp that I lied to feel better, it should be fine. You lied to 100 million people about me. Like, have some understanding of perspective. Of course it's not about that, because you can lie to 100 million people about me and never correct the record. But I can't talk to my fucking 10-year-old viewers, apparently. Again, the sad part is I didn't even mean it that way. I'm just saying I feel it that way. Remember? Feelings are always right. Am I not allowed to eternally monologue my feelings? Go ahead, tell me the feelings aren't valid. I feel pressure to be consistent about it. No, I'm not mocking you. That's not mocking. The mocking part is the fact that you're not taking it seriously. That's the mocking part. The part where I'm saying I feel the pressure to do so is 100% real. I keep saying that. Like, the mocking is not, like, you're misinterpreting the mocking part. No, I'm mocking the fact that it matters for you, but it doesn't matter for me. It's an affront against you, it isn't an affront against me. That's the part I'm mocking, the inconsistency of the application. I'm not mocking the idea. I'm not mocking the idea, because I absolutely feel like there is an expectation. Okay? Based on what we talked about yesterday. What is the drop to MC word? I don't know what MC word is. I'm about to drop to MC word? The hell does that mean? What? It's sad that you want to turn a small misunderstanding to a big thing, but you're actually damaging the relationship. Like you're actually just damaging the relationship. Like, you are way too fucking sensitive to what you perceive that the tiny amount of viewers that I have think or infer. Right? The saddest part is, I'm being honest with you. I did not mean to give them an impression that today you gave me pressure to get off. That's not my point. My point is that yesterday we had a conversation, an onerous one, a pretty thorough one. I don't know what you're even referring to. Grabbed my cane and started yelling. Like, I'm not yelling. I'm literally outside of a steel door, and I told you multiple times, if you can hear, let me know, because I'm willing to control the decibel. But if, like, see, like right now, because I know you're in chat, simple, decibel controlled. But if I'm yelling through a fucking barricade, I'm not gonna know what volume it is, because here's the funny part. I have never locked the door on you to be on the inside to know if I can hear it or not. Right? All I've ever been is on the fucking outside, and I don't know what decibel I'm supposed to have so that you can fucking hear through this fucking steel door. I would imagine it's pretty fucking soundproof, but, you know. Okay, so once again, can you come out here and just tell me, or just tell me the timestamp of when I'm being disrespectful? Because to me, that is me expressing how I feel. Like, straight up. Like, I feel like there is some level of tacit expectation of the thing, given what we talked about yesterday. Okay? Because if you really didn't care, right, you could have led with that. But, you know, I do believe you don't necessarily care tonight, but I don't think what you're understanding is that I cannot operate under the guise of sometimes you'll care, sometimes you won't, and you'll let me know when it happens. It's too uncertain for me. Yeah, we did listen to it, and I don't see where I lied in there at all. For me to have lied, you would have to make assumptions on a bunch of different things. A, that I met today, which I never said today, right? B, that, you know, I wasn't referring to yesterday's conversation, which I absolutely was referring to, right? Or C, that I specifically said that, you know, this woman is asking me to log off and just abandon my chat, or whatever the fuck the words you're using are. I don't think that you were saying that, nor do I think, like, I have no idea where you're going with this. You called me privately while I was on stream, bro. What? You knew I was streaming. You called me while I was streaming. What do you mean you called me privately? That's the most public call you can do. You didn't text me. You called me on stream. Who the fuck are you talking to then? Who the fuck were you talking to then? It doesn't matter who you're talking to, because you weren't calling me privately. Isn't it funny how you don't have to be responsible for how other people might take your words? All you have to be responsible for is what you mean. But I have to fucking apparently police the really weird tangents that someone might take what I say to mean. You weren't on speaker because I didn't put you on speaker. Because, correct, I didn't give you forewarning that you were on speaker, so I didn't put you on speaker. Correct. That's not a you action, that's a me action. Right? If I wanted to twist your words around, right, it would be way easier to do than for me to just say, you should be flattered that when you yesterday tell me a thing, I've taken it to heart. And that's why there's some amount of, you know, anxiety about it the second day. Yeah, I mean, I just say bro because, I mean, what else am I supposed to say? Dear, honey? I can say that, but you're going to be like, you're mocking me again. you can't win here, right? What do you want me to use? Why don't you tell me that? How do you want me to refer to you when we are having a disagreement? No, you stupid fucking cunt. Not anxiety to go to bed with your wife. Anxiety when I'm not doing that. Anxiety when you tell me that you're logged off, you're going to bed. And you see, I'm like, oh no, I'm not quite ready to do that yet. That anxiety. Well, because you're twisting my words around for no reason. Are you fucking retarded? Why would I be anxious to... Please stop yelling at me!
Why are you so mean to me?
Because you just twisted my words around for no reason. I said I have anxiety when yesterday... I said I have anxiety when yesterday you told me a thing.
If you hate me so much, just divorce me then. Stop calling me names. I don't deserve this.
You literally called me autistic. And you scoffed.
I'm not the same as stupid fucking cunts.
Well, then stop twisting my words around in chat.
I'm asking a question.
Bro, that is a very leading question.
It's not worth it anymore.
It's never worth it. It's never worth it. You always say that every time. It's a soundbite. Blah, blah, blah. Do more theatrics for the chat. Listen. What do you have to say? Like, what do you think it is? Like, don't you understand that what I'm trying to tell you? Hello, can you hear me? You see, this is like, I have no idea if she's right behind the door, if she's way far back in the room now. She comes over here, she yells at me through the door, and then now I don't know where she is. What decibel am I supposed to use? Like this is the fucking thing. It's like, oh, I'm yelling. Oh, I'm not. Oh, like she can't hear me. Like, this is what happens when you have a fucking opaque fucking however many inch thick steel door. You know? No, that's cunt behavior. Straight up cunt behavior. For her to fucking say, oh, you're anxious to go to bed with your wife? Who the fuck could mean that? And if you're not sure, maybe let me finish the fucking sentence first. Jesus Christ, man. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, I'm saying it gives me anxiety when yesterday there's an expectation and today I'm thinking there is, and then suddenly it's like, oh, no, there's not. I don't know if you're being passive aggressive about it or not. I took you at face value, but there's still anxiety there from it. Can you not understand that? It ain't that hard to understand, dude. Have you ever said something sarcastically? Okay, then. How the fuck am I supposed to know? But regardless, like I said, you should be flattered that it gives me anxiety because I care. No, she is always passive aggressive to me, which is why it's impossible for me to tell, right? When she says, oh, I don't care if you go to bed with me today, it's like, really? Because yesterday, or is this, well, which way are we going here? Right? It's the same thing every time. I can't open the door because it's locked. Nah, when she's being a cunt, I will call out cunty behavior. Absolutely will. Especially when her and Jacob were fucking using it like in code words, like the C word. I just don't understand how she can call me whatever name she wants when she's angry and not understand that, like, if that's the fucking standard, then it goes the other way as well, right? Again, I should probably be better than to just say, if you can dish it, you can take it. That's probably just true. I should rise above that, honestly. But in this particular case, like, she is absolutely twisting my words. And if she actually thinks that there's any, smidgen of possibility that I'm actually trying to say that I'm anxious to go to bed with my wife, then we should probably get a divorce ASAP. Because why the fuck would I feel that? Like, it's not even a reasonable assumption to make. right? She acts all innocent, like, oh, I was just asking you a question. It's like, no, you were asking me a very leading question. You were saying that, what, you're anxious to go to bed with your wife? What a freak. It's like, no, dude, I'm saying I'm anxious when yesterday you tell me that this is something you want, and then today you tell me you don't actually care. It feels passive aggressive. I accept that it's not. Even in the moment, I accepted it was not. But you have to understand that, like, I'm not 100% sure. I'm like 95% sure, and I'm just going with it. That's the whole fucking thing I'm trying to fucking tell you. But like I said, we've already been through this. You will just sit there and constantly fucking harangue the words that I'm using without policing the words that you use. Because it doesn't matter when you're angry. It doesn't matter when you're imprecise. It only matters when I'm imprecise or your definition of imprecision. Because I listened to that clip and I don't understand what you mean. Let's try it again.
So I jacked the keys to her father's car. I said, well, bye.
That was Henry. The clipping is dog shit, so we're using timestamps.
It'll take a little bit. Alright, bye. Oh, I have a bird on a mic and a bird on my shoulder. Yeah, that's the wife.
The fuck? Why is not?
She called me and she said, I'm offline, by the way. I'm going to bed. I'm like, well, okay, but, you know, it's not, I'm not going to be able to just drop everything and do that.
What are you saying?
Right?
I can't hear you, by the way. I hear you saying something, but I can't hear what it is. What are you saying? Hello? Hello? Can you at least acknowledge whether you're trying to say something or not? Because it sounded like you said something, but I can't hear you. Okay, I mean, whatever.
Of a silly thing. I mean, like, if I did that to her, she'd be like, oh, let me finish the game, right? Like, I don't know why that's the expectation, but whatever.
I don't understand where the fuck I'm inferring that. Like, I don't understand where I'm inferring that. Like, I even gave an example, right? That you would also want the same courtesy. You would. You would absolutely want that courtesy, at least to be able to finish what you're doing. You know? Like, can you not understand that what I'm talking about is not whether you care or not? Because that's something you can just say whether you mean or not, but let's just ignore that part of it. It's more so just the communicating with the other person so that they have time to prepare and to get their shit in order. That's all. That's all. Like, I don't think I ever unfairly said, oh my God, she wants to end the content right now. No. The example is literally that you would want to finish the game or the YouTube video also. That's the expectation I'm talking about. I gave you an example of it. How the fuck can you even say that it meant something else dramatically when I literally said, for example, you would want this as well? Huh? I never give you anything of like, we need to go to bed together. And so if the example I'm using is you, when you want to wind down, want some lead time as well, then how can you suddenly say, oh, well, you are trying to tell your chat that I'm giving you a stern reprimand to get off right now? No. What? No. What? You got deluded by something someone said in my chat, which is fine. I care, but it doesn't make me feel incensed that you took someone in chat the wrong way. I just wish you wouldn't turn it around and then color everything I am saying in that same way. No shit, there's an implication. Like that's why I said, for example, you would also want this. You see, I didn't say, you realize my example didn't go, well, right? Like, it didn't say, well, if I was in your shoes. No. It just said literally, if I was going to bed, you would want me to have told you before so that you can wind down. You see, I didn't say like, oh, well, if you're going to have the expectation that I get off immediately. No. I am literally giving an example of what that implication is. You can't redefine that implication because currently, in my example, when I get off or when I'm ready to go to bed, okay, I don't have an expectation that she goes with me. I've never had that. She knows that. I know that. You might not know that, but that's on you, right? When there are times when I go, I'm real tired, I got to go to bed. She goes, oh, well, I'm going to finish this video. And I'm like, okay, right? Like that's what I'm saying. It's like you would want this. You've said that in the past, and I'm just asking for this. It's taking it out of left field when she says, oh, well, I didn't tell you that today you had to get off. It's like, well, I don't think that you're telling me today I had to get off. I've never thought that. I mean, I can get on Discord, but there's no one on there earlier. Look, I'm tired of like I think I just have to be more callous to what she wants and not actually stress out about doing it, is the only conclusion I can draw from tonight, especially since she's refusing to have a face-to-face conversation or even a phone call about it. I don't understand. Kate, I've now watched this thing. I don't know what you mean. Do you want to explain it to me? I'm happy to have you explain it to me. You can talk. I'll listen. I don't understand. I gave an example. That's full circle, right? If you choose to infer something that my example doesn't imply, what the fuck am I supposed to do about that? Huh? You misunderstood, and I'm okay with that. Okay? I will try to be more clear in the future, right? But I do not believe I either intended to or actually in any kind of discernible way telegraphed that you were demanding I get off right now. That never happened. Yo, Kate, you want to explain it to me with the clip? Because I'm watching it, I don't see it. What are we talking about? Hello? Are you awake or what? I just don't get it.
Your call has been forwarded. Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
I literally don't understand. Yo, Kate, do you want to actually resolve this or do you want to just keep being children about it? Because like I said, I'm going to assume you can hear me. I can just make the resolution to just kind of way deprioritize what you tell me to and just triumph my own preferences over you, right? Not over you in a me doing anything to you way, just if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to fucking do it. Right? Like I can do that. I prefer the current state of affairs where you basically set the course and I just try to make it happen. Right? But that's a whole mindset. Right? So when you tell me yesterday that you want a thing, I assume that is a thing that you want on some kind of regularity. I did not expect for the very next day it to not matter, which is fine. But you also didn't tell me very early in that conversation that that was the case. No, we're not resolving it in the morning. We're going to resolve it now or not at all. Hey! Are we going to resolve it or not? Are we going to resolve it or not? Childish? I mean, someone locked a set of steel doors on me from the place where I sleep in. I don't know, you tell me. It's not unlocked because you would hear it. There's like 15 fucking bolts. Maybe it's unlocked. No, it's not. You can't. You think it's just like. No, it's like. There's no mistaking that. Okay? And they're not even like soft little latches. These are like. Like you have to fucking do that and then do another twist. Like there's like a whole two-step action for each lock. There's no doing that silently. It's super mechanical manual on for a reason, right? There's no like fucking electronic unlock. Yeah, sure. So the recap is basically this. Yesterday, she was asking me when we're going to bed, and I gave her a time estimate, and the time estimate turned out to be inaccurate, right? This is not an uncommon thing. Both of us have done this before. Sometimes I'll ask her when she's ready to go to bed, and it'll be like an hour after that too. It goes both ways. So I didn't really think anything of it. But by the time we got to the master bedroom, we were having a conversation about it, and she expressed that, you know, she just wanted to, well, you know, she's saying she didn't say this, but like she said she wanted to occasionally go to bed with her husband. And I'm throwing occasionally in there because it wasn't occasionally. She said she wanted to go to bed with her husband. Is that, you know, something that's that crazy? And I go, okay, yeah, I get it, right? Like previous to this, for the majority of the years in our relationship, it's about half and half or slightly under half and half whether we go to bed at the same time, right? And that could go either direction, but generally it's I stay up later. And so I took it to mean that she is, you know, making a comment that the status quo of how things have been needs to be changed or different or something we should work on, right? Because it's not like we never go to bed together, but it's probably at like half the time or at times slightly under half, right? And so I think that when someone raises a concern with that being the prevailing kind of practice, it would mean that they want it to shift into the category of more sleeping together. Not that crazy, right? Not that hard to understand. Then today, right, she didn't ask me at any point when I was planning on going to bed, what the plan was, nothing, okay? She just called me and said, by the way, I'm going to bed and I'm offline. That's all she said. Right? And I was like, okay, well, I wish you would have given me a little more warning. And then we went for another 42 seconds after that rejoinder, right? Where she's just, you know, basically not understanding that I'm just saying, can I have a little more notice? I just basically keep repeating the same thing, right? After that point, she misses the mark entirely. And then she says, well, I don't expect you to come to bed with me today. In which case I was like, yeah, okay, but like I still wish that just as a standard practice, we gave each other more warning about it, because now I know you don't want it, but how am I supposed to know that, you know, earlier in the night or tomorrow? Do you want it? Do you not want it? Do I wait until you tell me you're logging off before I realize you don't want it? Right? Like, it's just like, if you are trying to create the precedence, which you were, that we should go to bed together more, I'm going to assume that basically just means, as a blanket statement, most nights, every night, unless there's some, you know, extraneous circumstance. That's my whole point. And when I got off the phone with her, I mused to chat. Honestly, like, you can tell I wasn't in an aggressive mood, right? Because the first thing I did was I noted that my birds were being cute. One was on the mic and one's on my shoulder, right? Like, I like, for me, like, my birds are pretty calming, and so, like, that's not fighting words there. That's not me being like, oh, this motherfucker. It's like, no, that's me saying that, like, oh, this is so cute, right? And then someone in chat says, was that their wife? And I said, yes, that's the wife. And then someone in chat said, oh, she, you know, wants you to get off. She wants you to get off. And I was partially addressing that, but I don't believe that, because she had, by this point, told me that today she didn't care about that, right? And so I was explaining to them that, yeah, I mean, it's fine. I just wish there wasn't an expectation, you know, for me to have to react to these things last minute. I mean, and then I gave the example, which is why I feel like it's very hard to misunderstand at this point. An example was when I do the same thing and I say, hey, I'm going to bed, right? She always says, oh, well, I got to finish this video, or, oh, I got to finish this game, right? And sometimes she plays another game after that. The point I was making was, she would expect me to give more warning, even though I have never given her an expectation that we should go to bed together. It's not something I police, right? It's just not something that I have commented on, I don't think, ever. But she would still ask me to telegraph it in advance. And so my point in making that example was, I wish you would telegraph it in advance. What she said was, she took it to mean that I was accusing her of being expectant of me logging off immediately, which is not what I was trying to convince my chat of, because it's not true, A, but B, it's also not how I feel about it. She basically misinterpreted what I had said and is now doubling down, tripling down, however many down you want to say. And now it's like, no, you did say that. You did mean that. It's like, I don't think I did. I don't think in any way I did. No, I know I didn't. I don't even think it sounded like that, though, right? Like, if you cut it off, maybe there's a place in time where if you stop listening, you could reach that, you know, indication. But like, if you listen to what I said, you know, especially when I said, if she was, you know, the one who was streaming and I was going to bed, she would ask that I had given her more warning. I feel like that hedges out any possibility of me inferring to chat or to her or to myself that she's being unreasonable, right? It's more so that this is very inconvenient and I wish there was a more graceful way to handle this going forward. And I feel very confident with that is because I don't police her going to bed at a certain hour. I will make comments occasionally like, I wish we would go to bed earlier. But I've never been like, I'm going to bed, you should come with me. I want my wife to come to bed at the same time I do. I don't think I've ever said that. And so for her to think that I'm inferring that she said that to chat, to you guys, is crazy, because I didn't say that. Those are not the words I used. And my example infers an entirely different thing based on every precedence of our interactions around bedtime. Huh? I mean, it's just annoying because it's like I literally like I said, because she's not resolving it with me, I'm just going to make a note that like I'm just going to discount what she's saying in the future, right? I'm just gonna do me is how I'm gonna go, because it's like it just doesn't make sense. Like I took to heart yesterday what she'd said, and I was like, oh, okay, so she wants to go. Like I mean, like honestly, like, let's be perfectly honest, she is trying to save face here, is what's happening. It's 100% a saving face thing, because she did mean that yesterday, and she did say that yesterday. She literally said she wishes we could go to bed together more often, okay? She's saying she didn't say that now, but even the implication of asking me when I'm going to bed and then, you know, checking to see if that's an accurate statement, those all infer the same thing, which is that she wants to time it so that we are both winding down at the same time. Thanks for the gifted sub. And so I take that to heart, and so that's why I told her earlier I felt anxious when she said, I'm off, by the way, I've already logged off for the night, I'm going to bed. Because it makes me instantly scan, oh shit, did I miss a text message? Did I miss a call previous to that? You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, that was another thing she said yesterday. She was like, oh, you know, I always get a missed call when I call you. It's like, all of these things are like me trying to accommodate what she seems to be wanting. And if it's just going to be this whiplash of she wants it, she doesn't want it, you know, I'm just going to do me. Because there's no reason to try and accede to someone's preference if their preference isn't consistent. Because then half the time I'm stressing out about something and it didn't even matter, right? That's the part that fucking blows my mind. Okay, like it's like, don't you understand? Like she doesn't understand. Like, and that's fine. This is a very common thing of hers. Okay, it's a very common thing of hers. Whereas like she doesn't understand that she is literally paving the way for her own enjoyment in life being less, right? Because I can't even imagine what having a partner like who actually tries to fucking like. If I say, hey, maybe we should do this, and then for them to be thinking, oh yes, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. I don't even know what that's like. I really don't. She always accedes to her own preference if our preferences are different. And so I just think it's super silly that like literally I am trying to be, you know, different and more accommodating, and I get this thing of like, oh yeah, yesterday I wanted it, but I didn't even say it. I just implied it. But today I don't want it anymore. It's like, what am I supposed to fucking do? I should just ignore you yesterday and just do whatever the fuck I'm gonna do anyways, because maybe you'll change your mind the next day. That's what I'm saying. It's like, even if she did today, did not care about going to bed, like together, right? That we both turn in at the same time. Even if today she didn't care. If I was in her shoes, I would be flattered that like my partner took to heart what I said the previous day and therefore had this anxiousness because today they got no warning that I was going to bed early. Right? I just feel like you got to read between the lines. That's a good thing. You want someone who is considerate enough to pick up on that. Right? Like to pick up on the fact that like, oh, yesterday we had this talk, I remember it. You said you wanted this thing yesterday, and today it's hard for me to give you this thing. You get what I'm saying? Also, Kate, you are a cunt. Fucking, you know, we'll just say it here for the record. I thought about it, and it's like, you are such a cunt. Because of that fucking cigar fight we had that kicked off all the fights, right? I didn't even have a cigar on me. I was just saying if I had my cigar today, I wouldn't be so wound up. It's like a hypothetical cigar. It's a statement about having had a cigar. Had a cigar. Not that I'm going to go upstairs and get my cigar and smoke it right here while the dogs are here. That's not what I was saying. It's not what I was implying, and it's not what I was meaning. But the reason why I think you're a cunt is because, do you remember when we had the cleaners as dog people? Do you remember that? Do you remember how they would smoke cigarettes out there while watching the dogs? And you didn't say shit ever. 2 people smoking cigarettes and just ashing them on a table for months. But I make a cigar joke and you're fucking flipping out? Go fuck yourself. I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute. This was never a problem before. Kaitlyn and Maddie smoked every day. Packs. And they left them there ashed. You know how I know that? Because I would pick up the ashtray. I mean, it's a straight cunt thing, right? To call me out, her husband, when I made a joke about a cigar, she goes, the nicotine and the tobacco can kill the dogs. I was like, okay. My talking about a cigar? Is that nicotine in the room with us now? Is that tobacco in the room with us when I talk about it? Do my words manifest that shit into reality right here, or what? Because literally you had people who you liked, who you thought did a good job, who fucking smoked around the dogs fucking 6 months straight. And you didn't say shit not one time. So why the fuck are you even flipping out on me for it? How the fuck am I even gonna know that for me it's a problem, but for them, it don't fucking matter? Dude, they would leave the packs on the table sometimes. I know this because I went out there and I gave it to them. Right when they left it, I'd go, oh, don't want to leave this out here. I'd walk in and be like, hey, by the way, you left your cigarettes out there. You see, even before you told me and made this crazy stink about how, oh my God, it's deadly, I was watching out for it because, I mean, I didn't know it was deadly, but I just assumed that you don't want dogs eating cigarettes. But like I said, I wish I'd thought of that earlier because it would have made that whole thing so much fucking more ridiculous than a 36-hour fight. Honestly. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. How is it okay? Kate, I dare you to fucking answer. Right? Today, tomorrow, whenever. You don't have an answer for it because it's just true. How can you not care when people do the same thing that you get on me for at a higher degree 6 months straight? Why am I the bad guy when you allow it and I'm watching you allow it? There's no way for me to know. You see, this goes back to the thing. It's a recurring theme. No communication, inconsistency. No communication plus inconsistency. How the fuck am I supposed to navigate? Huh? How the fuck am I supposed to navigate? The rules change all the time. The preferences change all the time. The communication is non-existent. No, that is cunty. I mean, like, what does she think cunt means? Like, I guess we can fucking dictionary it just to make sure we're all on the same page. No, it just pisses me off because, like, I thought about that situation after the 36-hour fight, and I was just like, you know what? It's just not worth bringing up because it's just going to be some bullshit excuse. I know it's inconsistent. She probably, in her heart, knows that it's inconsistent, and I'm taking the L for it because she vilifies me for wanting to kill the dogs. Which, again, I've never said, but apparently she can lie to 100 million people, but if I tell my chat something that doesn't sound perfectly, precisely accurate in the way that she wants it to, I'm lying. Okay, this computer is fucking lagged up to hell. Okay. Bacon gay. Cunt. Definition and meaning.
Panic.
Yeah, it just says a term usually in reference to a contemptible person or sex. It just says or means sexual intercourse. I mean, I think it's pretty disparaging to say that, like, oh, I'm trying to kill the dogs because I'm joking about smoking a cigar, when literally the people that she entrusts to care for the dogs, both of the people smoked every day multiple packs, and she knew this. She knew this. It was not something you would have. We had this ashtray, literally, that we don't anymore, on the fucking table that I'm pointing to outside, right? Like, if y'all could see I'm pointing to it, right? Is filled with cigarettes every fucking day. Never once was it like, oh, we shouldn't put these cigarettes here, or they shouldn't smoke out here because the dogs might eat the tobacco. No, it was just they smoke. Like, it's so fucking crazy. It is actually just so fucking crazy. Like, I will fucking absolutely not rest until that shit gets an answer, because I want to know the answer. Hi, Nick.
Do you want TTS turned back on?
Yes, please. Maybe we should change it to $1. Change it to $1, please. On for $1 and subs, if that's a possibility. Subs or $1.